Oh, my aching feet. Cindy here. Today's video is about relieving pain, stiffness, and soreness in your feet. A little bit of ankles because of course they're connected, but I want to get you started on a program that over time hopefully will take away some of that pain, increase your flexibility in your feet and mobility. And those of you with arthritis and neuropathy, send you on a path. It is going to take 3 times a week and it's a journey. So I hope you'll join me on that journey because I found a lot of relief for my feet in these exercises. Okay, very few people, I want you to start marching, have seen my naked feet. Well, here they are. Kind of messed up, but I've learned to live with them, or surgery is the next step for me. But I don't want to take that time off. I don't want the pain, so I'm working to avoid that as long as I can. Some of you might notice these little things between my toe. This is a toe spacer. To stop that from continuing to cross, it will cushion in between the toes and hold it in place. Will it correct it? Doctors think not, but they agree it's a great tool for keeping toes separated. I do have a different type of spacer, which I wear here, but this could also go there. It's nice and soft, very soft. Some of my gals that have bought them said they just blessed me for telling them about it because they were getting sores or corns in between their feet when they were exercising, and this just relieves the pressure between them. Great tool. I wear it 24/7. You can see it's kind of invisible, but it's that or pain. You can find those spacers at Walmart or drugstore. They're reusable over and over. You can wash them, and you know when it's time to replace them because they've squeezed too far in. If you have trouble finding them, get back with me and I will give you a link because you can find them online as well. That being said, we're going back to our exercises. So we're back to marching. Again, why? Need the blood to get to those areas, to get rid of the stiffness. The blood carries the nutrients, synovial fluid goes wherever there is motion. So just a plain march in place just to say, hello feet, time to wake up and get some circulation. We're going to change to a not too fast, just a nice heel stretch, because I'm assuming this first video is for people with very, very sore feet, where they just, like I used to, want to scream. This just starts stretching underneath and the tendons. If you notice, I'm pulling my toes back a little bit. And I'm going to go back to a march, trying to get, just pounding that blood into those feet. Back to heel step, but a little further out because now you're elongating those muscles. And as you do it, try not to just be relaxed here. That's okay on the first set. This set, I want you to actually pull the toes back towards your nose so you feel a stretch through the ball of your foot. Stretching out those tendons and ligaments that shrink up from everyday pounding. Or even just sitting can do that. Once you take the ball of your foot and tap just the ball, not really marching, just tapping that ball, forcing the blood into that foot, and then the other one. Back to the first one. And again, my feet have gotten better, where before I had to tap very gently. Do what's right for you. All right, we're going to stretch forward, forward, back, back. Just giving them, again, breaking up any tension in the ankles, because on the top of my ankle from time to time, because of the arthritis, it will swell. So I'm doing heel, heel, toe, toe. This time, instead of a march, let's do a little stampede, because you're warming those feet up. Take them apart a little bit. Plus, it's fun. When do you get to stamp your feet? Like a little kid. All right. I want you to just do toe taps. Again, pulling on the arch, the ligaments in the toes, the tendons, then your heels. Good, and then gently rock them back and forth through those feet, kind of like a gentle massage. You can do this on a wood floor, tile floor, wherever you do your sitting. Now I want you to just take one toe out because the ankle has a great deal to do with foot mobility. And we want to break up the tension and keep up the mobility in that toe. If you can come near that other foot. My toes are cracking as we speak. But you can see the toes have to pull up. They have to work to turn that foot in and out. Now we're going to do the same thing with the heel. In and out, in and out. Oh boy, in and out. I say oh boy because I feel that in my ankle. And again, I only go to where it starts to hurt. I don't want to get it more angry at me. In and out, in and out. Now we're going to take them both to the sides, stretching them as far as they'll go. Again, I have people that can only go this far. It's a start. Over time, it releases. Your body adjusts, just like any flexibility move. Then you're going to take your heels side to side, side to side. Back to the stampede. Pour some blood into it. Back to rocking, but this time feel the balls of the feet. Feel the joints. Good, because we're going to bring that foot up. And we're going to tap it in the air now, just like we did on the floor. But now we can tap it a little bit further because the floor's not in the way. Oh, and gently circle it. And again, there were days this ankle would not release. But over time, because I make myself do it every day, it's gotten better. Gives you hope. Same thing this one, you're tapping in the air. Just keeping the flexibility in the ankle down through the toes. And you're circling. I want to point out, these foot circles aren't just for the ankles. The peroneals come up the side of your legs, and you can feel them working down into the ankle, down into the feet. That's why I don't like foot circles fast. I want you to take them slow so that you can feel these muscles. And again on the other leg, or I should say the muscles on the side, the ligaments, the tendons, and then the other direction. Okay, back to the floor. I want you to stretch them forward, and same thing, circle them, half circles on the floor. Try to sweep the floor. That one just went crack, a good crack. It's releasing the gases in the joints, the stiffness. And I want you to stretch them both down as far as they'll go. Hold them there, and then up, up, up toward your nose. I find people cheat. They only come here, but you've got to keep that range of motion going. Press them down toward the floor. Hold them, and then work through the feet right up every joint. And down. And then up. Good. Now we're going to do a little stretch of that. It's always good to stretch those toes up towards your nose. Stretch that calf out a little bit because we're going to press from here now, pressing it down. It's a longer stretch for the top of that foot, especially if you have arthritis on the foot. This one you don't have to hold if it's sore. You just have to get the range of motion back and forth so that foot can learn to flex, because if it doesn't bend, then you're not going to be walking. All right, after you've done a few of them, then you're going to hold the stretch down, trying to get those toes toward the floor. Then slowly pull them back up toward your nose. Seems like a lot of work, but for me, it's walk or not walk. So it's not a question of how much work, it's a question of wanting to walk or not walk. And some of you know what I mean. So I'm rolling it down toward the floor. You can see the difference in this foot. This foot is a little happier than the other foot. So I'm rolling it down and up, and you can just see all of these working. Then I'm going to finally hold it down and stretch it. Pull the toes back gently, as far as they'll go toward your nose. Push it down and hold it. And up. Slide those in. Now we're going to do some on the side of the chair. So I want you to stand on the side of a chair and hold it. Simply because you've got to be standing, because that's when the pain starts, is when you're standing on those feet. But I want the chair there for balance, because I don't want you thinking about balance right now. I want you to think about stability, because we're going to tap this toe again like we did seated. And then we're going to point the toe in front, pull the heel back like when we were seated. But now I want you to start a little, kind of like if those people that played an instrument, I don't remember if it was staccato or pizzicato, but just kind of like you're tapping it and pulling it away, and tapping it and pulling it away. Then I want you to press into the ball of that foot and bring it up. And press into the ball of that foot and spring it up. Strengthening that foot and spring it up, breaking in the tension. And notice when I put those toes down, I open them up. I'm going to pull this up again and tap it in the air. Circle it in the air and circle it the other way. Then I want you to put that foot in front where it's comfortable, bend those knees and stretch those calves. And come up and stretch those calves. Gently just pick up the front toes and set them down. Work in the ankle flexion again. Then I want you to start a gentle rock back and forth. Some people, and you can see right now mine is a little stiff. The back foot doesn't want to come up. But over time it releases and comes up. Back and forth. Now here's a challenge for you. I want you to straighten both legs. One foot in front of the other. I want you to test your balance and let go of the chair. Only because you're going to start to feel your feet working and your ankles working. And that is strengthening, just like a surfer. The feet, the ankles, all the tendons, all the muscles. If you don't feel it, try closing your eyes, and I guarantee you're going to start to feel those ankles and feet shifting and working and strengthening. Oh, step back just a little bit and rock front and back again. Picking up that foot. Now rock, keeping that foot down. Again, we're just trying to say, hello foot, please break up the tension. And of course, we have to do the other side. So I'm tapping that toe again, just to get the blood into it. I'm putting a heel and a toe and a heel and a toe, and then I'm kind of, I hate to say pricking it, but that's what I'm doing. I'm like pricking with a needle on heel and toe. Heel, just forcing the blood a little more, and then I'm pulling it up and circling it. Circling it up. Let's do the press through the ball of that foot and spring it up. Strengthening it, breaking up any stiffness. Sometimes the ball of the foot is all gnarly, all gnarled up. And down. And again, people say, well, that's not my bad foot. All right, I want you to practice picking that foot up. But as the therapist said to me, I mentioned earlier in another video is, yeah, but it's your good foot. You want to keep it good, so you have to continue to do both feet. Because if that foot goes too, you're going to be twice as bad. Then we're going to start to see this side. I can pick it up a little bit more. So I'm picking up both feet. Oh, that feels good actually. All right, I want you to sit on those calves. Stretching out through the calves. Go ahead and rock back and forth. Back and forth. And then leave those toes down and kind of rock back and forth, working those calves a little bit. One foot in front of the other. Balance challenge, not just for balance, but for strengthening those ankles and feet. You're holding the chair to start, but then test your balance. Take the hand away from the chair and start balancing. Then try closing your eyes, and you'll see those feet go to work even more. See mine moving? If I fall, I'm going to make sure I fall away from the chair. Okay, we're going to move to behind the chair now. Okay, you've gone behind your chair, hands on the chair for balance. I've angled mine so that you're able to see. I'm going to rock back and forth on those feet. Rock back and forth. Rock back and forth. Then I'm going to hold it and pull them way up. You feel a nice stretch through those calves as well. Then I'm going to rise up, or as we say, releve, and slowly down through those feet, and slowly back. I'm strengthening them again, breaking up tension. And the more you can keep in mind of opening and closing those toes, the less they'll get glued and cemented into place. You want the flexibility in those digits, or that's where balance starts to falter. And up. Give me some calf raises, because every time I've gone to foot therapy, we have to do those for the calves. Some people hold on to weights. Now let's do them a little slower. A little slower. It's important to have, the stronger the calves, the less work done on the pounding into your feet. Okay, now I'm going to step apart. I'm going to push those knees out, and I'm going to pick up one heel and press the ball of that foot, and then press the heel down. And pick up the other heel. Be careful you're not sickling in, and press it down. Repeat it on the first side. Lift it up, press down, and then press the heel down. Pick up this heel, press the ball into the floor, press it down. If you're able to, lift them both up. That might have to come later, but you're going to feel a nice strengthening of the calves, the inner thighs, the feet. Oh, and come back up. We're going to sit right back down. Okay, grab a ball. What kind of ball? Any kind of ball. A tennis ball. I got this ball at the dollar store because I love it the most. A Silver Sneakers round ball, or a 50-cent ball, bigger ball from Walmart will work. But we use this ball to stimulate all the muscles in the feet. Some people use a bottle of cold water. I'd rather see that at the end to calm the nerves, because right now I want to wake up those nerves. I want to press and roll that ball. Any stiffness I feel. You can do circular motions. Nice thing about this, it can be done watching TV. Again, you're just trying to break up any tension that you have in those feet, and you're rolling it back and forth. Then you're going to do the other one, of course. See, now I feel right there some stiffness. I push on it and I rub it out. If you study reflexology or myofascial release, rubbing and releasing brings the blood there to heal it. So I'm back and forth, back and forth. You can take the ball and put it between your feet and send blood by squeezing that ball against. Notice the toes are opening up. And set them down. Then squeeze. You really should do about 10 of these. I have another whole segment with the ball I'm going to offer down the road, because the ball is a great tool for working with those feet in case you get bored, or sometimes certain exercises don't get you the results you need. But remember, you've got to do it 3 times a week minimum for 3 weeks, and you'll start to see results. We're going to go back to rolling this foot back and forth, because I never knew that we had to go sideways, inversion and eversion, until I went to foot therapy, and they said, how come your foot isn't moving side to side? And I said, I don't know. I didn't know it was supposed to. If you have arthritis across the top of your foot, this is very, very important. This foot wouldn't used to even roll sideways. The other one, back and forth, back and forth. And see how much better this one moves. A little trick I like to do, I'm not going to take too much time right now, but I like to go back to the bad one, hoping one day he will be as strong as the other one. Gotta never give up hope. So there you go. Okay, this has been a long video. I want you to get a nice bath towel or a strap, because it's vital to stretch out those feet. An old bath towel is great. You must stretch. So if you don't have time to do this whole video, do part of it, and then the next day do the other part. But always finish with a stretch. Some of you with plantar fasciitis know what I mean. I've talked to numerous people that have had problems. And the thing that helped them the most was, of course, this famous stretch. You can use a flexi band, stretchy band. You can use a towel. Also, I never knew I should be shearing it back and forth again, pulling that ankle side to side. It's going to hurt if you're not used to it, but over time, you'll get it. How long? They say a minimum of 20 seconds, several times. I'm going to leave that with you, because you can put the video on hold and do them while you're watching TV. Whoa, that just cracked apart, but it broke up a lot of tension. Other foot, I'm pulling that arch back, and I'm holding it, and then I'm shearing it back and forth, back and forth. You can massage it with your hands and do the same thing, but all of this is going to have to go on another video. I have tons of foot exercises that have kept me mobile, because aren't the feet foundation for everything that you do? If they're not working right, your balance is off, your movement is painful. So you've got to take some time and work on those feet. Your day will go easier and flow better if your feet feel well. Also, you can use a belt for those stretches. Just want to point that out. I have a belt here that sometimes I'll use that as well, because it might go up. You can go different parts of that foot. After you finish your foot exercises, it's very important to find a cream that works for you. Today I'm featuring Blue Emu. It is not the only one I use, but it's important to take something that's a topical type of pain relief and work it into those joints. Very important, and again, very important at bedtime, because while you're sleeping, what you put on your skin does go into your body. Some people dispute that, but as I say, then how does a nicotine patch work? How does a morphine patch work? They go through the skin. So find a good cream, not just a softening cream. You want something that's been known to help eliminate stiffness and pain. Again, you're doing both feet. Just because it feels so good, I got to do the other foot. I have many that bring down the swelling. I am going to be featuring another video where my favorite one will be shown. Again, I would come up into those calves because it just helps improve circulation. And last but not least, I would get some cold on those feet, either an ice pack or put them in some water with ice cubes. That is a wonderful feeling. In the winter, you can just go stick them in your pool for 5 or 10 minutes. The cold will bring down the redness and the inflammation. Today's a blessed day. I don't have the redness in my feet, but then again, we did all those exercises, so what can I say? Thank you for joining me today. As I said, I'm excited to show you a few more tricks in another video. So look for that. It's a little bit shorter, and maybe it'll work better than this one, because this I know was lengthy, but it gives you some ideas of things that you might feel work for you. I'm going to urge you, if you did like it, there's a red box below that says subscribe. Please subscribe to my channel so I can expand and offer you, as soon as they come out, the latest videos or articles. You're not going to have any spam from it. It's just a way for me to get to the people that are most interested. Have a good day, and I hope your feet feel better.